Okay. Garlic. Everyone you confused. Hi guys, thank you so much for sending in your questions. I really appreciate you guys being part of my following and part of my journey. And so today I asked you to ask me anything and I'm going to answer the questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So the first question comes from Beryl Agai in Facebook, and she asks, when did you start your blog and what challenges have you faced? What challenges did you initially experience that you still continue to face? Okay, so I started my blog in July of 2014, really just to share my recipes with my friends. There was nothing deep, nothing sad as to why I started my blog. I just wanted to share my recipes with my friends. So I just decided, you know what, let me just start a blog. The second question she asks, about the challenges I experienced initially that I still experience to date. And I think for most creatives, the common challenge we experience throughout our journey is the issue of pay. Some people will want to work with us and still not want to pay us accordingly, you know, because some people still feel like creative work is not work enough. That is slowly changing as time is going along, which is awesome. We are still a long way from where we're meant to be, but slowly but surely we're getting there. Second question, okay, maybe third question, still from Beryl Agai. She asks, do you sample recipes from other bloggers sometimes, or is all your content original? Hey, all my content is original. And let's be real, if my content was not original, I wouldn't have been recognized by CNN International, right? And I feel as a creative, you can get inspired by someone else, but being inspired by someone else does not mean copying and pasting as your own. The next question comes from Natasha_Gates. She's one of my favorite, most loyal Instagram followers, and she asks, how do you stay slender considering your career basically involves food? It's the same question Ramo Bashir and M. Mbugwa also asked. To be perfectly honest, I think I owe my slenderness to my metabolism. I just have a fast metabolism. I am one of those people who have been slender since, I don't know, my teenage years. My weight just does not change. That, however, does not mean I do not exercise. Exercise is not only for people who want to lose weight. Exercise should be a way of life. It should be a lifestyle. So I enjoy my morning runs. I think if you follow me on Twitter, I always tweet about morning jogs, yeah? I enjoy my morning jogs, sometimes evening jogs, depending on my schedule. And I also get in my home workouts from my sister, who's a fitness junkie, Michelle Adagala. And they really ensure that I'm not jiggly, because sometimes, even if you're slender, sometimes I feel like I'm a bit wobbly, especially on my midsection. So some workouts she gives me ensure that I'm tight and right. At Kiruti from Twitter asks, hi Kiruti, he's one of my favorite followers. He asks, what are your favorite restaurants in terms of food, service, and ambience? That's easy. I don't even have to think about it. In no particular order. About Time, Sierra, especially the new branch in Westlands, beautiful, and then Talisman. Those restaurants, they have A1 food, A1 service, A1 ambience. Like there's no day you'll go there and they're slacking, and that's what I love about them. You can't have good ambience, good service, then bad food. No, like why am I wasting my time there? For me, Talisman, Sierra, About Time, any day, anytime. Oh, About Time, any day, anytime. I'm a rapper, y'all. At Melvin Mwambu from Twitter, hi Melvin, he asks, do you think humans will in the future colonize other planets and become a multiplanetary species? Heck yes. Like actually, by 2018, we should have had a base on the moon, like 50,000 humans already on Mars, and maybe now we know our solar system inside out. Like by 2018, in my mind, I thought that's how it would have been. But you know what? Dunia haishi leo, it will still happen. And I feel like my great grandchildren will have interplanetary travel, intergalactic travel. It will be a fun, very eye-opening, very explorative time to be alive. I hope I live till that long, yeah? Yes. At Wangari KK from Instagram, hi Wangari, asks, what's on your bucket list? What's on my bucket list? So in terms of career, I think I'd say I want to eventually venture into products. There's a lot of room. People are demanding quality spices, quality sauces, quality condiments, flavorful sides. There's a lot of demand for that. And if there's demand, come on, why can't Kaluhi'S apply? Maybe a restaurant in the future, we don't know. The restaurant business is very, very, very expensive. Props to all restaurant owners. I know it's not easy. It's actually quite difficult, but you know what? It could happen. Dunia ishi leo, as I've said, it will happen, it could happen. In terms of travel, I still want to go to New York, to Kyoto in Japan, to Cape Town, South Africa, and Marrakesh in Morocco. Still my top 4 cities to travel to. I wanted to go this year, but I was more broke than expected. So maybe next year. Oh, this year, 2018 is already here. Mude X on Instagram. Hi Mude, he asks, how old are you? I'm 26 people, I'm 26. I was born August 28th, 1991. My birthday should be a public holiday because, I'm Kaluhi. What? That sounds so proud. Whatever. At _Gashimbi on Twitter asks, how did you become such a good cook? Easy. It's all about practice. Practice makes perfect, and that applies to anything really in life, whether you're a doctor, a pilot, a poet, a writer, a food blogger. If you practice your craft long enough, with dedication, you will become the best in your field. Nothing comes easy. No one becomes a good singer just by sitting and waiting to become a good singer. No, it doesn't happen like that. So if you want to become a good cook, put in the time. Just practice and also open your mind to new ways of doing things. If you want to become the person who makes the best samosas, for example, don't make samosas the same way you have been making them 10 years ago. Don't make, just be curious to learn new things. What happens if I add cheese into my samosa? What happens if I use 2 kinds of meat in my samosa? What happens if I marinate my turkey and use it in my samosa? I'm salivating. And use it in my samosa. If you're curious enough to try new things, you should be curious enough to actually go into the kitchen and put it to work. You will fail 1,000,000 times over. You will fail miserably. You will fail terribly. But also remember, the mistakes you make in the kitchen serve as lessons, and that will enable you not to make the same mistakes the next time round. Then at info_s_tembiso, I hope I've pronounced your name right. If I haven't, please forgive me and DM me the right way to pronounce it. He asks, what food must I eat to last long in bed? Hey. Okay, according to my understanding, there are certain foods that have aphrodisiac qualities. Avocados, bananas, red meat, especially for men because it's high in zinc, dark chocolate, for some people strawberries, gizzards, there are very many nuts, chocolate. I've already said chocolate. But anyway, if you Google, there are enough resources on the internet that can guide you to specific foods you can take, especially as a man, which can help you with your issue. If all else fails, you need to go see a doctor because it could be a hormonal issue, and hormonal issues, they need to just be handled by a professional, and I'm not a doctor. He or she will tell you the right things to take, give you medicine, and wow, all the best. I hope you get better eventually. It will be well. It will be well. it will be well. At Elaine Natella, she asks, there are 3 questions. She asks, do you have a skincare routine? What are your pet peeves? And have you ever been to Uganda? Wow. Okay, the first question, of course, yes, I have a skincare routine. And I think everyone, old or young, man or woman, should have a skincare routine. So in my teenage years, I had acne. So that enabled me to really be conscious and deliberate about what I put on my face and my back, because I had also acne on my back. And as time went by, my skin cleared, but I still ensured I had a solid skincare routine. Right now, in the morning, after I wash my face, I just apply raw shea butter and sunscreen. Sunscreen, it's a must, whether it's sunny or rainy, cloudy or clear skies. Sunscreen is a must. At night, I alternate tea tree oil and retin A. For my wash, I make sure it's mild, but it also has to have salicylic acid because it really goes into my pores and really takes out all the gunk. So my skin is nice and free, and it's not like blocked. A skincare routine is very, very important. Just find what works for you and stick to it. What are your pet peeves? First of all, who are those people who drive without indicating? If you can't indicate when you're driving, stay at home. Second, those people who litter. Like, why are you littering? As in, stop littering. If you're watching this video and you litter, I'm actually very mad right now. Third pet peeve, people who waste food. Don't be those people. You're invited to a party, you serve a whole Mount Everest, you take 2 bites of your chicken, then you leave it there. Why? Wasting food is so bad. Have you ever been to Uganda? The real question should be, why haven't I ever been to Uganda? I've always wanted to travel to Uganda. And the thing I really want to do while in Uganda is to see and experiment with some of the many similarities Kenyan and Ugandan cuisine have in common. And I want to cook with Sophie. Sophie, her blog is called A Kitchen in Uganda. She's the best food blogger in Uganda, who was also featured by CNN International. And I think we're gonna have a ball. Miriam Gunda asks, what are your key favorite ingredients? Garlic, 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 ginger. Those 2, they're perfect with almost everything, especially ginger. It goes well with both savory and sweet dishes, so it's just like you just have to have it in your kitchen. Number 3, chili flakes, and I especially love the chili flakes by Kaluhi'S Organics. I'm telling you, I have it with everything, and if you have been following my recipes this year, it has featured in almost every single dish. And for staple starches, I'd say rice and potatoes, especially potatoes. I can't do without potatoes because you can cook them in a million different ways and you won't even get bored. Next question by Slyry on Twitter. Hi Sylvia, she's so fun and she's so funny. She asks, are you single? I don't know, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. At K_GB asks, do you believe in life after death? 100%. I just don't believe we exist just to be switched off like this. Like when you die, I don't think it's like switching off a computer or like putting off a candle. I feel death is a transition into our purest form of existence, existing in our, as a soul, we are a soul with a body, not the other way around. And I don't know, no, there has to be more, it just can't end here. I believe it in my heart of hearts, and I actually, we'll meet some of you in heaven. Kai, we'll be having cookouts in heaven. Ingredients will be free, people. Finally, the final question comes from at AC_Michelle, and she asks, oh, hi sister. Any advice you'd give Kenyan content creators? Number 1, focus on quality over quantity, always. Quality trumps quantity any day. You're better off churning out one video or one blog post every 2 weeks than churning out 16 mediocre blog posts just for the sake of having content. You get? Quality will take you further than quantity ever will. Quality is what is celebrated. Also, stop copying other people. You are a unique individual. What you have to contribute to the society, to the creative scene, is unique to you. Just be unique, do not copy, and trust your own, trust your gut, trust your voice. You'll be fine. Just do not copy. Do not copy. The other point is, as a creative, things take time. Please remember this. Things take time. You will not start your blog and expect by 6 months you're already in America, people in Russia are, I don't know, doing what with your content. It could happen, lucky for you if it does, but for most it takes time. On average, about 3 years for you to actually really be out there and for your voice to be heard by so many people. Things take time. Do not rush the process, trust the process. Eventually you will get there. The people you see who are doing so well, it also took a lot of time for them, a lot of trial and error. The way they started is not how they are right now. So also you trust, just trust the process. You will be fine. So guys, we've come to the end of Ask Me Anything, and in case you wanted to ask me anything or I didn't answer your question, just write your question in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer it. And thank you so much for watching, and see you later. Guy, do I sound drunk? You don't have regret to be rested. Okay, time to be serious. I'm not drunk. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. Mbona nimefanya actions? As in, I don't know what's wrong with me. Love is a beautiful thing, people.